To me about the Hoops for Peace.
Well, Hoops for Peace is a concept that I've used for 30 years. It came out of pain. I lost 3 nephews in the very early 90s, and God just placed upon my heart to take a basketball and draw 65 kids to Sea Pleasant Community Center back in the early 90s and basically talk to them about the importance of making it out the neighborhood, but I use a basketball to do it. And from 30 years ago up until this date, we've moved from 65 kids to practically 350 to 500 kids a year, but in the past 30 years, we've touched over 5,000 youth in Prince George's County.
Wow.
And Kevin Durant came out of our program, who plays for Brooklyn, and Chris McCray, who played for the University of Maryland. But we never talk basketball. It's all about making it and making right decisions.
What is bringing them to you if it's not basketball?
I think what is bringing it now, we're recycling. So those kids who were in the program 20 years ago, they're bringing their children. And the word is spreading that this is more than basketball. It's a life-changing experience. We're in the business of changing lives and saving lives.
How do you do that, using the basketball as a medium?
Well, first and foremost, we use every kid is mandatory that they go to an empowerment workshop. I have 10 professional facilitators from all different professions that come out and talk to them about SAT, ACT prep, health and nutrition, mental health concerns, and we provide all types of resources for them. So I think the combination between the competitive 3-on-3 basketball and the fact that we are also empowering them by putting expert panelists before them, that's what makes a difference in terms of what draws them to this event.
You're concentrating on males, is that correct?
Males and females,
You do.
ages 8 to 18. I think over the years we've always had an influx of males, but the females, the young ladies, they come in spurts, but we're working on it.
What are you using to get the average kid who may not be interested in, to become
Basketball.
interested in just coming to a community event like this?
Okay, well, I think the thing that will any young person would gravitate to outside of sports, athletics, or basketball is the fact that they can come and be around their peers who are athletes, but at the same time, their peers are engaged in these workshops that we do, because the workshops also are centered around developing life skills, developing remedial skills in terms of education, and also developing them to a point where they can aspire to come to a university. We're building a pipeline between the community and Bowie State University. And I don't know too many kids, once they're exposed to anybody's HBCU or anybody's college or university, will turn down that opportunity once they're exposed to it.
So do these kids get scholarships here at Bowie?
We're looking forward to starting a scholarship program with Bowie State. We're here for the next 10 years. Mr. Clyde Doherty, who's the Vice President of Athletics and Recreation for Bowie State University, he's made a promise that we will host here from this point on for the next 10 years.
Good.
Yes.
So it's limited to PG County kids or what?
It's open to the entire DMV.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had kids over the years come from DC, as far as Alexandria, as far as Annapolis and Baltimore participate in this program.
How pleased are you with, like you said, what, 30 years you've been doing this?
Yes, sir. I'm very pleased with it. We can always get better, and only time will tell, but this is a great start, being able to come back to an institution of higher learning and an HBCU, which I'm an alumni of Bowie State University, and continue to do the work that we've been called to do. And we use 100% volunteers.
Can I ask you a very striking question.
Okay.
How would you handle this squeegee kids situation?
We say squeegee.
You know, there's the problem with the squeegee kids being at the corners and
Oh, you talking about kids who are at risk that's hanging out? That type?
and cleaning people's windows for money and things like that. And one was just been indicted for murder because he killed somebody. Are you familiar with that?
No, I'm not familiar with
Oh,
that.
you're not familiar with that?
No, I'm not.
Okay. How do you handle the kid who is not interested who might not be interested athletically? How do you get him to get into your program?
Well, one of the ways we go to the communities where the need is most and have workshops. We work with kids. We have motivational talks in the schools, being if it's a regular school or alternative education, a school like that, we'll go into those schools and have heart-to-heart talks with these kids about conflict resolution, about making critical decisions, and developing critical thinking skills.
Do you think you have made an impact on what's happening to the brown and black kid in the area?
I think I have made some type of impact, but we're not the only organization out here that's doing this type of work. We just happen to be uniquely using basketball and education as a means to draw kids. But I think we all, as organizations that are similar to what we do, are making an impact together.
Okay.
And the more partnerships we develop, the more kids we can touch.
It's a big task you've been handling for 30 years. They're probably sending you, giving you more gray hairs than you want.
Yeah, well, I did turn gray, just like President Obama did. But I believe that God won't put anything on you that you can't handle.
Okay.
And when you're called to do some work that He has you called out for, or He's chosen you for, you can't turn it down. You just got to keep doing the work. And right now, 30 years in it, I'm no ways tired.
Oh.
I'm just getting started.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, especially with Bowie State University.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.